Attacks by Afghan forces on coalition troops have surged as international forces begin pulling out of Afghanistan. And there are warnings these so-called insider attacks will increase. Rebecca Barrett reports.
There's been a dramatic rise in attacks by Afghan forces on coalition troops in so-called green on blues. So far this year there's been 45 coalition casualties. In 2008 it was just 2. Some see it as an inevitable tragedy.
You can't mentor and train people without living with them. That requires an element of two-way trust, and occasionally that trust breaks down.
Clearly, incidents like this are corrosive of trust, and trust lies at the heart of what our forces are doing.
They've happened before, but not on this scale and not for a long time.
This happened in Vietnam, it happened in Iraq, but there is no other way to do it.
Last week, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff was in Afghanistan to discuss the insider attacks. In response to the rash of attacks, US troops have been ordered to carry armed weapons at all times.
The reality is the Taliban has not been able to regain any territory lost. And so they're resorting to these kinds of attacks.
The Defence Force says it has no intelligence about that or rogue and radicalised Afghan soldiers.
We have been working with the Afghan National Army in their vetting process, and they have been working harder and tightening up the vetting process.
As the Western pullout draws closer, some warn there's a high probability more coalition troops will be attacked by their Afghan trainees.
2015 onwards is going to be a really big challenge. So the tensions in that country at the moment are quite extraordinary.
It's impossible to stop these type of incidents totally. You can mitigate the risk, but they are impossible to stop.
Most of Australia's troops will be out of Afghanistan within 12 to 18 months. Rebecca Barrett, ABC News.